So you need to learn how to sort of delegate tasks. And I realized I was terrible with it. Keeping a track on what the person is doing, ensuring that they have work, and then ensure that they come out of it themselves. They know how to do what. What I like about entrepreneurship, right, is not just that. First of all, it's not at all a fancy life. So let's get that out of the picture. It's not at all glamorous. Yes, you get some sort of attention from people, the media, and stuff like that. Yes, it is a fact that people treat you differently, but those are ridiculous people who you don't really want to be friends with, honestly, right? But
100%.
behind the scenes, there's a lot that happens, and that really grows you as a person more than anything else. And that is my best, like that's my most favorite part about entrepreneurship. The amount of learnings you have about your own self as a person, about you get really self-aware about a lot of things. Like, for example, I started realizing how you usually ask what are your weaknesses. You get asked in a lot of interviews, when you do your job interviews. I just feel like it's a question, and people usually come up with answers like, oh, I'm too much of a perfectionist and I work too hard.
Does that really happen?
Like crap like that. That definitely happens. People try to sort of mellow down really good points and try to put that out as weaknesses. That, oh, someone will just say that I'm not that punctual, maybe, that's the worst that they'll go to. But I just feel like that's also because people don't actively they're not actively self-aware about their weaknesses. When you are actually, say, leading a team, or when you are running a business, you actively get to know that, fuck, these are things that I'm really bad at, and these are things that I'm fantastic with, so let me double down on those. And one of those things initially for me was delegating tasks. Like, I was terrible at delegating tasks. I didn't know. I was one of those ki यार इसको मैं आधा घंटा सिखाऊं, उससे अच्छा मैं 5 मिनट में खुद काम कर लूं. And that is the most terrible, and it's if you want to scale, that's not a trait you should have at all. If you want to grow a company, if you're a freelancer, fantastic, that works for you very well. Or in any other case, but if you're trying to build a scalable business, it will always almost work against you. So you need to learn how to sort of delegate tasks. And I realized I was terrible with it. Keeping a track on what the person is doing, ensuring that they have work, regularly, and then ensure that they come out of it themselves. They know how to do what. And that's something that I learned a lot later into my, say, entrepreneurship journey. But that's a skill that I definitely would recommend every entrepreneur to have.
Self-aware of your problems, of your weak points.
So, just be aware of what weaknesses you have, and you'll find that if you put your ego aside, you will very evidently find what issues you have.
Yeah, if you remember when 3 months ago I mailed you and we had a small, pretty like 3-5 minutes call. Right. At that time I started my call with my problems. I was telling you, this is my problem. This is my problem. So
I agree.
Yeah. Like, so this is a question that I got from one of my followers. And I'm also very curious about this. Like, is Viraj looking for a career as an influencer?
So, very surprisingly, and the timing of this is pretty accurate. So I was just thinking to myself, maybe like last week. Till now, I was very reserved that forget it. It's honestly a very tedious process. That's something I've learned in the 3 years that I've managed and worked with a lot of these influencers closely. That it is not an easy job. Like, everyone thinks that a lot of these people who do your daily regular jobs, a lot of them are purely envious, honestly, that these guys get to do something that they love. 100%. So a lot of hate is sort of directed for that. हाँ, ये तो एक video बना लेता है, तो but he doesn't have a real job. No, shut the fuck up. Like, he makes more money than you do. So, and I'm not saying that's the only parameter you should be looking at, but don't be envious. So basically, I realized that this is a very difficult sort of job to have if you're doing something else as well. Most of the content creators are only creating content full time. and that's for a reason. Like it's almost impossible otherwise to have an active YouTube channel or an Instagram handle, if you were on TikTok or any short video platform, to have all of these run together consistently, right? So I didn't pick on it so far, but with reels coming in, the content has become much shorter. The reach has become a lot more. And I was like, you know what? Like my Twitter content journey has actually fueled this, that dude, I can come up with ideas saying that content creation is difficult, but with reels coming on, it's like just phone shot content, man. And the reach is fantastic, and I'm just like, dude, I actually preach this to all the creators that don't fall back on the reels wave. It's crazy, and it can actually
100%.
give you like a lot of followers with minimal effort. So why not? And it's on a platform which is super credible. No, this is not going to be banned anytime soon. So why not? Plus, Instagram is a super premium platform. It also actually ends up paying you a little bit more than your other short video platforms. So that should be your like goal. And I was like, actually, I could convert some of my tweets into short form videos and put it on as reels. So I was thinking that, okay, I preach to everyone that, hey, create an Instagram feed, focus on that. Let me try and do that myself. Let me walk the talk and see if it actually works. And I already have a decent base.
100%.
I would like to think I have I don't know, I'm still not sure why, but I have some very loyal engagement for some reason. And I'm just like, let me capitalize on that, man. And I can talk about multiple things. I can, no one's really covering the journey of working in an office and still being a content creator, right? Most of these content creators are doing content full time. So they don't really have the perspective of working in an office environment. And that's something I could probably bring on board. I have a bunch of things to talk about beyond that. I consume a lot of pop culture. I am into sports. So we'll figure over time, only if I get into the groove of creating content, I'll be able to create more content. So that was really what it was.
So the answer is yes.
But it's in a short form, it's probably yes, very likely.
Got it.